Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a Bluetooth headphone review, and it's the Sudio Bluetooth headphones. It's a bit of a comparison between the ETT, which I've had for a couple of years, which is super cute and pink, and the new E2 model. So both of these wireless Bluetooth headphones were gifted to me by Sudio. They did not ask me to do a review, and it is non-biased. So all opinions in here are my own, and they're very honest. Now, it's not a techie review. I'm like literally the least techie person you'll ever meet. But I kind of wanted to do it from my perspective, the things I'd want to know. Like, you can find all the techie stuff on the website, or the specs, or the right terminology. Don't judge my terminology, because it's going to be how I would call them and how I would describe it. Because honestly, when I'm reading their site, I had literally no idea what they were talking about. I have no idea. Spatial awareness, well, what does that mean? So it was kind of like, I know what spatial awareness is in real life, but like spatial benefits of these, I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to come from more of a perspective of which is better, and compare the Sudio ETT, which I've had for a couple of years, and the Sudio E2 Bluetooth headphones, which are their newest model, and kind of say like what I like, what I don't like, what's better, what's not really any different to me, whether I think there's any benefits to it, whether I think it's worth kind of doing the upgrade and switching, or whether it's just worth waiting for your old ones to break and then kind of getting this later on. So kind of let's take a look. I'm going to start with these are the ones I have. They're the Sudio ETT, and they are literally just the cutest thing. I love them because they're pink and girly, but I actually found them really, really comfortable. They have like left and right on them, which obviously makes it a lot easier to kind of pop them in your ears and know which one's going where. And then they just stay in really easy, and I use these for working out, so I know they stay in really well. So now I'm going to just pop one out and show you the new Sudio ETT, and I'm going to grab the right ear. So when you look at them, the new E2 is supposed to be a lot more comfortable and fit the ears better. I actually don't really notice a difference from looking at them. Obviously, I just prefer the pink because I think it's cuter, but I mean, these still have a pink accent, so I'm not completely heartbroken. They have their outside lights in a slightly different place, which really doesn't matter. Do you see? The E2, it's slightly higher, and then on the ETT, it's lower where my finger is. They're flashing red because I turned the Bluetooth off on my phone, so they can't connect or do any weird things with me speaking and the sound cutting in and out and all the rest of it. So when I pop them in, okay, they're both going pretty easily, and you can see them from either side. And I'm not sure if it's just because I'm used to the ETT model, but what I've noticed is I do find the original Sudio ETT more comfortable than the Sudio E2. But I honestly think it's just because I'm used to these. Like, I'm so used to wearing them. Sorry, she's talking in my ear and it's annoying me. She's like, pair your device. So it's distracting me. The Sudio ETT, I just think because I've been wearing it for a few years, it kind of feels comfy. I think this is so similar. It's really not going to make a difference. So if you're looking to change your headphones because you think these Bluetooth headphones are going to be more comfortable, honestly, there's really no difference in my opinion. So one of the benefits of the Sudio E2 over the Sudio ETT is supposed to be the Bluetooth connectivity. So the ETT is 5.0 and the E2 is 5.2. But what does that actually mean? So basically it's supposed to mean lower latency, which just means better connectivity. I honestly haven't noticed a difference in that, but I try not to use Bluetooth that often, to be fair anyway. If I'm in my car, I use CarPlay. So I kind of like, that feature to me isn't necessarily a benefit, and it's not something I would bother changing my headphones for. One of the things I do think is a benefit, and that it doesn't sound like a lot, like half an hour extra playtime in normal mode and in active noise cancelling mode doesn't sound like a lot of extra playtime, but if you're on the airplane or if you're using them a lot, half an hour can add up quite a lot. It kind of can mean, charging one extra day a week. So one of the benefits both of the Sudio Bluetooth headphones has is that they both offer quick charging, but the ETT, for 15 minutes quick charge, you get 1 hour of listening, whereas the E2 is going to give you, for 10 minutes quick charge, 2 hours of listening. So it's double the time and kind of like half the amount of charging time. So that's kind of a nice benefit to the Sudio E2 headphones. Okay, and I told you not all of my terminology was going to be right. I'm not techie. So one of the things I said was spatial awareness. You were like, I know what spatial awareness is. Spatial audio. So the ETT does not have this, and the E2 does. It has a spatial audio and three-dimensional audio. But what does that mean? Like, what is this? How does it change the sound? How is it going to make it better than the ETT? And basically, it's just a fancy way of them saying there's way more kind of technical stuff packed into this for a better listening and sound experience. And you can turn it on or off. So there's a little button you can press on the side that turns that spatial audio on or off. And honestly, I don't notice a difference in the sound that much. I can hear a difference, but I wouldn't necessarily say that that sound is better or that I prefer it. So again, that might be something that just because I'm not used to that sound, I might have to listen to more and be like, oh yeah, actually I really like it and I find it a lot better. But at this point, I don't think it's worth kind of like the upgrade to the E2 from the ET2 if you don't have it. They don't even make the ETT anymore, so I wouldn't say go rebuy the ETT, definitely upgrade, but just I don't think it's worth changing right now if these are still working for you or if you have a pair that are still working. Okay, so this was another thing, like wireless charging. I never really understood wireless charging. I'm not being blunt here, but I still have to plug it in. And I still, if I change location, I still have to take it and plug it in. So how is it wireless charging? Because it's not, it's still plugged in. Okay, so I kind of get it that I can leave this by my bedside or in the bathroom or wherever I'm charging my phone. I know a lot of people don't like having electrics in the bathroom, but in America we have plug switches in the bathroom, so this tends to be where it goes. It's a USB, so again, you could plug it in anywhere. So they're basically saying it gives you that grab and go experience where you leave this plugged in, pop this on the top, and then this is my grab and go experience. So I place this wherever, charge and go, and then I haven't got to unplug this each time. So I kind of see the benefit of it, but I also kind of think it's just extra clutter on my side. I think I'd rather not have this and actually just use the wire and plug it in and then put it all away, because I'm literally charging mine once a week, once every 2 weeks. It's not like they're needing charging every day because the battery life on them is so good. So at the end of the day, Sudio ETT, Sudio E2. I love both of them. I'm a big fan of Sudio. I've been using them for a few years. I tend to go back and forth between these and a Jabra. I find them both really, really reliable wireless Bluetooth headphones. I don't go for the techie stuff as much as I go for the look of them. I want them to be sweat proof, kind of for working out. I don't want them to fall on my ears. I want them to be comfortable. I want the sound to be good. I want the Bluetooth to be good. But it doesn't have to be like crazy, crazy top of the line for all of those features for me. So when I'm looking at the headphones, that's not kind of necessarily what I'm looking for. So that's why I'm really, really like both of these. I'm gonna keep my ETT until they wear out because I do like them, and I do like that it has the light feature on the outside. You can't necessarily see because they're not lit up right now. Here I can tell when I'm charging it, when they're all blue, I know they're fully charged, easy to go, and they're just so cute. I also like that it had this on the exterior charger, so you could hook it on something, hook it on keyring, makes it easy, easy, easy. I normally put it on my key fob on the way out, so I grab it in the morning with my car keys from going to the gym. Versus this one that doesn't, so it's more of a pocket deal or put it in your bag kind of a deal. And I do like the E2, but I wouldn't have upgraded if they weren't gifted to me. So I would say that's one of the things about them. I think if you're into tech and you're really into your sound and that spatial audio and doing a lot of Bluetooth calls, you probably want to upgrade to the E2. But again, they both have really good active noise cancelling, and they're both just really good value for money. I think the design's really pretty. They are really, really forward in their thinking when it comes to sound. I'm not going to be able to answer any of your techie questions. If you want answers to the techie questions, go to their website, everything's on there, or use their customer support. If you want any more feedback from me about what I like, what I don't like, if something wasn't clear, drop it in a comment below. If you just want to berate me on my lack of technical knowledge, that's fine too. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.